Colt Johnson, one of the most notorious personalities to ever come out of the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, continues to prove to fans that he is nowhere near ready to settle down with just one woman. Ever since his split from Vanessa Guerra, Colt has been moving from one relationship to another, leaving behind confusion, broken hearts, and an endless trail of drama. Many viewers once hoped that after so many failed relationships, Colt might finally take time to grow, reflect on his mistakes, and mature. Instead, it now seems that chaos and attention are exactly what he thrives on. Things first took a turn right after Vanessa. Instead of stepping away from the spotlight to focus on himself, Colt immediately re-entered the dating scene. It wasn't a quiet return either. On the spin-off show 90 Day, The Single Life, Hunt for Love, Colt was paired with fellow cast member Courtney Reardans. Surprisingly, the two seemed to get along well at first. Their chemistry caught fans off guard, and by the time the tell-all episode aired, they were still together. Viewers started to believe that maybe Colt had finally found someone who could handle his strange habits and questionable decisions. But that hope faded quickly. Not long after, Colt was spotted in Brazil, casually posting updates and appearing very comfortable in a new environment. Fans were shocked to discover that he seemed to be dating yet another woman. To make things worse, rumors exploded online, suggesting that Colt was also involved with another girlfriend in a different city at the same time. Accusations of cheating and emotional manipulation started spreading fast, and fans couldn't help but notice that this was the same pattern Colt had followed in every previous relationship. He jumps headfirst into love, makes big promises, but ends up sabotaging everything with his inability to commit. The situation became even more bizarre when it was revealed that Colt moved in with Courtney's parents after leaving the resort. On the show, he openly admitted that he was homeless and jobless. This confession made viewers raise even more questions about his intentions. While living under Courtney's roof, whispers began to spread that Colt was already messaging another woman in secret. Colt and Courtney never made any official breakup announcement, but their social media activity seemed to hint that they were far from being together. Fans noticed the distance growing and assumed yet another relationship had quietly fallen apart. Things took another unexpected turn when Colt appeared online with photos from Brazil. He was seen standing with the help of crutches after suffering another accident. Fans were stunned to learn that he had been in a serious car crash, adding to his growing list of personal misfortunes. But instead of focusing on his healing, attention quickly shifted when blogger Shabuti claimed that Colt had traveled to Brazil specifically to meet a new woman named Diana, a veterinarian living in Manaus. This new name sparked outrage among fans, who wondered if Diana was aware of Colt's long history of failed relationships and dramatic behavior. The timing hinted that Colt might once again be juggling multiple women at the same time. In a private Facebook group, screenshots of Colt's Instagram profile began circulating. An anonymous woman claimed in the comments that she had been in regular contact with Colt for months. She said that he messaged her almost every day and even discussed plans about moving to Cleveland to live with her. She made it clear that she had no interest in that plan. But what shocked her most was finding out that Colt had already flown to Brazil to meet Diana and might still be involved with Courtney. Her reaction captured exactly what many fans have been saying for years: Colt never changes. Popular bloggers like Kiki and Kibbit shared the screenshots and added fuel to the fire by asking the same question that has puzzled fans for a long time. What exactly is the appeal of Colt Johnson? One frustrated fan commented, "Can someone please tell me the appeal of this man-child?" People pointed out that he has no stable job, no proper home, and a long list of failed relationships. Yet somehow he continues to attract new women. Some believe he takes advantage of women for shelter and security, just like how he conveniently moved in with Courtney's family, while keeping his romantic options open elsewhere. Others think that some women are simply drawn to the drama and notoriety that surrounds anyone linked to Colt. Critics are convinced that Colt is destined to remain single forever. They argue that his reckless decisions, his lack of stability, and his constant involvement in accidents show that he is his own biggest problem. His reputation as someone who cannot commit and who uses relationships for convenience has only become stronger with every new scandal attached to his name. People are left wondering if Colt is truly just unlucky in love, or if he is intentionally repeating the same cycle again and again. While Colt's story keeps going, another familiar face from the franchise is making headlines again. Jasmine Pineda, known for her fiery personality and dramatic behavior, is now hinting at finding herself a new sugar daddy in America. After rumors circulated about her breakup with Matt Brownies, who is also the father of her baby, Jasmine seems ready to move on in her own bold way. From the moment Jasmine joined 90 Day Fiancé, she became a controversial figure. Loud, demanding, and unapologetic, she constantly pushed Gino Palazzolo to spend money on her lifestyle, her appearance, and her endless cosmetic procedures. Gino tried to keep up, spending thousands just to avoid her explosive reactions. Their relationship was filled with chaos, emotional breakdowns, and even violent outbursts. But when Jasmine moved on to Matt Brownies, fans noticed a change. She appeared calmer and more collected. Even though they had a baby girl named Matilda, Jasmine never officially called Matt her partner. Instead, she referred to him as her best friend while still accepting his support, gifts, and financial care. Matt stepped in when Gino allegedly kicked her out. He gave her a home, love, and full support during her pregnancy. He even gifted her an expensive Audi Q3 as a push present. Still, Jasmine kept her emotional distance while enjoying the benefits of being with him. Recently, she posted a photo showing her baby bump and spoke softly about the struggles she faced while trying to rebuild her life. Matt jumped into the comments with a heartfelt message, saying that he loved her and had been waiting patiently because he believed in them. But behind his love, fans could feel the emotional exhaustion in his words. Rumors started spreading that Jasmine and Matt had separated. Then Jasmine shocked everyone again by resharing a meme on her Instagram story, suggesting she might be looking for a wealthy man in America. Fans immediately interpreted it as Jasmine hinting at moving on once more, possibly in search of someone who could offer her even more financial comfort and luxury. Just like Colt, Jasmine seems to be continuing a pattern that keeps fans watching, confused, entertained, and constantly talking about her next move. The post that Jasmine shared said, "Looking for someone to take care of me financially full-time only." It might have been shared as a joke, but because of Jasmine's long history with wealthy American partners, many viewers couldn't take it lightly. They immediately connected it to her past behavior. Viewers pointed out that Jasmine had always aligned herself with men who could fund her lifestyle. First, there was Gino, who constantly spent money on her surgeries, clothes, and expensive wishes. Then came Matt, who offered her stability, a place to live, emotional support, and even bought her a luxury car as a gift after their baby was born. Now fans believe she may already be looking for yet another wealthy man to upgrade her situation again. The reactions online were harsh. Many fans accused Jasmine of using men like stepping stones, only staying long enough to secure material benefits before moving on to someone with more to offer. Some said that she only used Matt after Gino was no longer useful to her. They wondered how long Matt would continue playing the role of a provider while Jasmine stayed emotionally distant. One fan commented that Jasmine didn't want love, she only wanted luxury. Her actions toward Matt added more suspicion. While Matt dedicated himself to her, speaking kindly and waiting for her to fully accept him, Jasmine rarely showed him the same level of care in return. Instead, she seemed to keep him in a safe, emotional zone where she could still receive financial support without fully committing her heart. Now, with her post about wanting someone to take care of her financially, it has made people believe she might already be looking for her next partner. Fans are asking if she plans to leave Matt the same way she left Gino. Some think the post was only humor, but others feel it was a hint about her future intentions. Some defend her, saying she is just trying to survive and give her daughter the best life she can in America. They believe she has always fought hard to secure stability, and maybe this is just her way of protecting herself. Others strongly disagree and say she knows exactly what she is doing and that she has mastered the art of using relationships to gain money, cars, security, and residency benefits. Her name continues to spark debate, and it seems clear she will keep being one of the most talked about and controversial figures in the 90 Day Fiancé world. Not long after all this drama, even more shocking news began to spread among fans. Rumors appeared online saying that Sean Robinson, the longtime host of the franchise, had been diagnosed with cancer. Some posts claimed this illness might force her to step away from hosting. Fans who have watched the show for years felt a deep sadness reading this. For almost a decade, Shawn has been the calm voice in the middle of the show's chaos. She always held the cast together during emotional tell-all moments. She became part of the heart of the franchise, someone viewers trusted and respected. The idea of losing her from the show felt like losing a familiar friend. A photo began circulating online that showed Shawn appearing weak and bald. This image made fans fear the worst. Support messages quickly flooded social media, with people praying for her recovery and sharing memories of how much they appreciated her calm hosting style. However, many also questioned whether the image was even real or if it had been edited to create drama. Fans noticed Shawn was suddenly missing from the latest tell-all reunion, and that absence made the rumors feel even more believable. Without her presence, the show felt different, incomplete, and emotionally empty. Still, neither Shawn nor TLC has confirmed the story. The rumors came from unreliable sources known for posting shocking claims just for attention. Some fans think it may just be fake news to stir emotions, while others are scared that it might actually be true and that Shawn is simply keeping her health struggles private. As fans argue back and forth, another topic started rising. If Shawn really cannot return to hosting, who could take her place? A name that has started to appear is Sukanya Krishnan, who previously hosted a reunion episode. Sukanya was very direct and serious in her style, very different from Shawn's warm approach. Some viewers liked how she did not allow cast members to avoid accountability, while others said Shawn's gentle control will always be the best match for the show's energy. Replacing Shawn would not be easy. She has been a steady and comforting presence through years of dramatic television moments. Whether viewers agreed with her or not, they recognized her professionalism and ability to remain composed even when the cast argued or broke down in tears. Many say that if she truly leaves, it will not just be a host change, but the end of an era for the franchise. Fans are waiting for clarity, hoping the rumors are not true, but also trying to prepare themselves for the possibility that the show may never feel the same again. While everyone was still processing this emotional news, another shock hit the fandom. Cara and Guillermo, once seen as one of the sweetest and most stable couples from the show, are now reportedly heading toward divorce. Their relationship had always seemed lighthearted, loving, and playful, but now rumors say they have been fighting behind the scenes for months. Reports claim that both have accused each other of cheating, and their communication has completely broken down. Fans who once celebrated their youthful romance are now heartbroken to hear that they are struggling. The situation becomes even more serious because Cara and Guillermo have a young son named Nicholas. With divorce rumors growing stronger, people fear that custody battles may soon begin. Fans feel sad to see another couple from the show fall apart after once showing so much promise and happiness. What once looked like a fairy tale has now started to crumble under mistrust and emotional distance. People are talking about how quickly love on the show can turn into heartbreak once real-life pressures begin. The excitement and romance of first meeting often fades when daily responsibilities, jealousy, and financial stress become part of the relationship. Now viewers are left wondering what will happen next. Will they separate fully? Will one of them move on quickly like so many others in the franchise? Or will they try to repair their marriage for the sake of their child? Nothing has been confirmed yet, but the signs point toward a painful split. Their fans are hoping that whatever happens, their son will not get caught in the middle of a messy fight. Just like Colt, Jasmine, and so many others from the 90-Day Fiancé universe, their love story has now taken a dramatic turn that no one expected. As always, the show continues to deliver heartbreak, surprise, and emotional twists that keep the audience watching closely, waiting for what comes next. The red flags surrounding Cara and Guillermo had been growing slowly, and fans were already sensing that something was wrong long before the rumors exploded. The biggest sign came when both of them suddenly wiped their social media clean of each other. Their profiles, which were once filled with smiling photos, loving captions, and sweet family updates, now showed no trace of their relationship at all. To many viewers, the silent deletion of memories spoke louder than any official statement ever could. Cara tried to defend herself when fans started pointing fingers at her. She claimed she had never gone back to any ex or spoken to anyone behind Guillermo's back. Instead, she said their real problem was a lack of intimacy and constant breakdowns in communication. But not long after, she made a confusing shift in tone, hinting that maybe Guillermo was hiding something instead. In a moment of honesty, she admitted that she did not want to believe he would ever betray her, but she could not ignore the doubts in her mind anymore. Her mother also spoke up. She recalled a strange night when Guillermo came home late and went straight to the shower, avoiding questions and changing the subject. That moment stuck with her, and fans began to wonder if Guillermo had projected his own guilt when he accused Cara of being unfaithful. Therapy sessions and attempts to save their marriage followed, but nothing seemed to bring back the connection they once had. Trust had crumbled, and once it was gone, everything else seemed to fall apart with it. Speculation grew that Guillermo wanted to break free, not just from the arguments and emotional stress, but also from the responsibilities that came with marriage and being a father. Rumors claimed he might have already secured custody of their son Nicholas, or at least made legal moves behind the scenes. Despite that, both Cara and Guillermo continued to post photos with Nicholas individually, showing that no matter what happened between them, they were both still committed to loving their son. They still showed up for birthdays, first days of school, and holidays, but only as co-parents. There was no affection between them, no warmth outside of moments involving their child. Fans noticed that every new photo felt more like two separate people taking turns, rather than a family unit sharing joyful moments together. The absence of any couple photos made it seem as if they were only together when necessary. For many viewers, this confirmed the painful truth. They were no longer a couple in love, but two individuals holding on only for the sake of their child. Since neither Cara nor Guillermo, nor TLC, has confirmed anything due to strict contracts, viewers know they might not get the full truth until much later. Still, fans who have followed their journey feel a deep sadness. This was not just any couple. Cara and Guillermo were once seen as a pair who could make it work against all odds. People admired their playful chemistry, their efforts to adjust to cultural differences, and their excitement when they became parents. It seemed like their love story had all the right elements to last. Now it appears to be turning into another cautionary tale about how love on reality TV can start with passion and end with silence. As fans are still processing that emotional shift, another powerful moment has captured the attention of the 90-Day Fiancé community. Julia Trubkina and Brandon Gibbs, a couple who once faced heavy criticism and tension due to family interference and cultural clashes, surprised everyone with a moment of pure emotion. They stood together, surrounded only by close family, and renewed their wedding vows. This time, it did not feel like a celebration for show or a moment to impress cameras. It felt like a quiet promise made after surviving storms. Julia became emotional the moment she saw her parents crying. The happiness on their faces and the relief in their eyes broke through her calm, and soon she was wiping away tears of her own. She said she felt priceless joy knowing that everyone she loved was in one place, sharing the moment with her. Fans watching from home were stunned to see so much sincerity. Even Brandon's father, Ron Gibbs, who had always been strict and serious on the show, appeared deeply moved. Julia later said that he was tears ing, her way of describing his emotional reaction. There was a moment when Julia's father placed his hands gently on both Brandon and Julia, giving them a blessing that felt like closure and a new beginning at the same time. Then, with everyone gathered together, the family formed a circle of support, hugging and crying. For many who watched, this was one of the rare times the show displayed pure, raw love without arguments or drama. After everything they had been through, this ceremony felt like a healing moment. Not long after that emotional event, Julia and Brandon made another announcement. They shared a short video on Instagram, standing together with their dog by their side. Julia smiled and said, "We are pregnant." The comment section immediately flooded with happiness and cheers from fans. People who once doubted their relationship now felt proud to see them enter a new chapter. The news felt especially meaningful because Julia had previously shared her fear after doctors in Russia told her that having a baby might not be possible. She and Brandon refused to give up hope, and after getting a second opinion in the United States, they finally received the miracle they had prayed for. Brandon said this was the start of a new journey for them. Julia called it a dream she once believed might never come true. Their vow renewal and pregnancy announcement together felt like a complete cycle, a story of hardship, resilience, and finally joy. Fans who once criticized them now say this moment felt like a reward after everything they endured. As their story moves forward, many hope that unlike other couples whose love faded over time, Julia and Brandon will continue to grow stronger, proving that even in the world of 90 Day Fiancé, genuine love can survive. From meddling in-laws to cultural tension and even doubts about whether they were truly compatible, Julia and Brandon's journey has never been easy. Yet, even through all the tears and heated family arguments, their love held steady. Now, with their vows renewed and a baby on the way, they stand as living proof that some love stories can survive against the odds. Fans took to social media to celebrate them, saying they felt chills watching the moment unfold. Many pointed out how emotional it was to see Ron and Betty Gibbs, who were once highly skeptical of Julia, now fully embrace her as part of the family. The episode closed not with chaos, but with laughter, hugs, and a level of peace that rarely appears in the 90 Day Fiancé world. For Julia and Brandon, this moment was not made for show. It was a personal declaration that after everything, they still choose each other every day. While emotions from that touching moment were still high, the drama from 90 Day Fiancé, Hunt for Love spiraled into chaos, and this time, Sophie Sierra found herself at the center. She came forward with explosive claims against her estranged husband Rob Warren, accusing him of sabotaging her chance to appear at the tell-all. According to Sophie, Rob threw what she described as a jealous man tantrum, leading producers to disinvite her from the stage because he refused to face her publicly. While she was left off-screen and silenced, Rob used the platform to expose deeply personal details about her private life and painted her as desperate, all while carefully protecting his own image. Sophie and Rob had once been passionately in love, but their relationship had already started to fall apart after infidelity shattered their trust. They tried working things out during their time on The Last Resort, openly admitting that jealousy, pride, and insecurity were eating away at whatever love remained. But by the time filming ended, their marriage was beyond repair. Rob remained silent about one of the biggest secrets of the season, his fling with Jennifer, another co-star. It was later revealed that he hooked up with her 3 times at the single resort. Still, he walked away from Hunt for Love single and bitter, while claiming Sophie had already moved on with someone new. That someone, according to Rob, was Pedro Jimeno, the ex-husband of Chantel Everett. When he casually dropped Pedro's name during the reunion, the room fell silent. Chantel was shocked, the cast froze in disbelief, and viewers watching at home were left replaying the moment to make sure they heard correctly. Even though Sophie and Rob are legally separated and have filed for divorce, they are still technically married, making the rumored relationship with Pedro even more controversial. Rob also admitted that despite everything, he and Sophie still saw each other privately after filming and hooked up multiple times before things became too complicated for them to continue. Meanwhile, Sophie was nowhere to be found at the tell-all. Cast members kept asking where she was, and confusion spread when no explanation was provided. Later, Sophie revealed that she had been approved to attend, but was pulled at the last moment because Rob pushed producers to keep her out. Feeling silenced and furious, she went to TikTok and posted a video lip-syncing a Love Island audio, mocking her absence without directly confirming or denying Rob's claims. The clip quickly gained attention, and even Tyree Mollett, another cast member, commented that it was strange she wasn't allowed on stage to defend herself. For Sophie, what Rob did was not just petty, it was damaging. She openly called him out online, calling his actions a career-destroying mistake. She said that if she had been given the microphone, she could have debunked the rumors and told her truth. But instead, her absence allowed Rob to control the narrative, making her look guilty by default in front of millions. Fans quickly split into 2 sides. Some believe Sophie deserves sympathy and a chance to speak. Others think Rob simply exposed what she was trying to hide. Regardless of which side people chose, one thing was clear. their feud was far from over. Even off camera, the tension still hangs between them like an unresolved storm. They remain legally tied through marriage despite their emotional separation. Rob walks away from the experience still single and searching, while Sophie appears to be stepping into a new part of her life, possibly with Pedro. She seems determined not to look back, regardless of what Rob reveals or claims in future interviews. Fans know that even when the cameras stop rolling, the drama between these two will continue in comments, lives, and subtle social media posts. Sophie remains quiet about the rumors involving Pedro, refusing to confirm or deny anything publicly. Her silence only adds more fuel to the fire, as fans speculate whether she is protecting her privacy or hiding a relationship that could change the entire storyline. Some believe Rob only mentioned Pedro out of jealousy, hoping to stir drama and keep the spotlight on himself. Others think there may be truth behind the claim, especially since Sophie has mentioned feeling happier and more supported lately without naming who she is with. Even without speaking, her calm attitude online makes people believe she has already emotionally moved on from Rob and whatever chaos he brings. Rob, on the other hand, continues to speak with frustration whenever he is interviewed. He talks about how the show changed his life and how he never expected Sophie to move on so quickly. He claims he still cared for her even after everything. But fans notice that his version of caring often comes with attempts to control how she is seen by others. While Sophie keeps things subtle and distant, Rob shares details, stories, and half answers that leave viewers guessing. Some fans say he is only doing it to stay relevant, as leaving the show single might have taken a toll on his ego. Behind all the drama, it is clear that both of them are trying to move forward, but in very different ways. Sophie seems to want peace, a clean slate, and possibly a new love. Rob seems to want answers, closure, and recognition that he was not the only one at fault. Their story is messy, emotional, and far from resolved. And like many relationships born in the world of reality TV, their love once started with excitement, but has now turned into a storm of regret, accusations, and unfinished business. While fans are still debating whose side they believe, more cast members begin to step in with their opinions. Some castmates say Rob went too far by blocking Sophie from attending the tell-all. Others say Sophie knew exactly how to play the game and avoided facing the confrontation to protect her new image. As comments pile up, viewers realize this feud may continue for months, long after the cameras have stopped. The internet becomes their battleground now, with TikTok videos, Instagram captions, and cryptic emojis turning into clues for fans to analyze. Through all of this, many viewers notice a pattern that appears across several couples in the franchise. Love begins with passion and excitement, but once secrets, pride, and public pressure get involved, everything changes. What once felt like destiny becomes a daily struggle to survive emotionally. Some couples, like Julia and Brandon, fight through those moments and come out stronger. Others, like Colt and his endless rotation of partners, seem to repeat the same mistakes over and over. And then there are couples like Sophie and Rob, who reach a point where love is still there in pieces, but respect and trust have disappeared. Rob may continue his public explanations, and Sophie may continue to move in silence, but one thing is certain: this chapter between them will not fade quietly. Even without an official statement from TLC, fans already feel like they are witnessing the beginning of a new storyline, one that will likely explode the moment one of them decides to finally speak fully and clearly. Until then, every post, every reaction, and every rumor becomes another piece of the puzzle viewers are trying to solve. As the rumors spread, Chantel's name begins trending again, not because of her own storyline, but because Pedro has suddenly been pulled into Sophie and Rob's chaos. Fans flood her comment sections, asking if she has anything to say about Pedro being romantically linked to another 90 Day Fiancé cast member. Chantel does not respond directly, but viewers notice she begins posting confident, glamorous photos with captions that hint she is unbothered by the noise. Pedro, on the other hand, remains quiet, staying away from the drama. His silence makes viewers even more suspicious, as they wonder if he is keeping a low profile to avoid triggering backlash from his past with Chantel. Some fans believe Sophie being connected to Pedro could change everything. They imagine a possible future episode where Chantel and Sophie come face to face, creating what many are already calling a 90-day crossover war. The idea alone sends the fandom into a frenzy, with speculation videos and TikTok edits predicting how explosive such a meeting could be. While no one knows if this scenario will actually happen, the tension in the fanbase keeps building, making Sophie's next move one of the most watched topics in the community. Meanwhile, Rob continues engaging Y.